I had anti-government views, so they treated me for schizophrenia.
This is absolutely insane. So this guy, okay, this kid,
Yeah.
17, you can leave it there.
Okay.
17-year-old kid, right?
Yeah.
He went to he joined the movement that was against all the lockdowns in China because people were dying in their apartments of starvation.
Yes, it was horrible.
You had the lineup for these COVID tests where they were like dipping in the same thing over and over again. You were lining up with people that had COVID.
Yes.
And then you were locked in your apartment with like no food and access to anything.
Except for Lianhua Qingwen. Yeah.
People were going insane.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So he was like, yeah, screw this, and joined the millions of people that are like, screw this. Which, by the way, China cracked down immensely on.
Yeah.
It's inhuman. A lot of those people disappeared.
Yeah.
They took this kid, they threw him in a psych ward, right? And go to the next thing. His official medical report, by the way.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
He's
it.
had no mental problems, by the way.
Okay.
His official medical report says the patient once again made false statements on the internet, criticized the Communist Party, shouted slogans, and organized illegal meetings, and he was admitted to our hospital for involuntary treatment. They forced him to take schizophrenia medicine, chained him to his bed for like 12 days or whatever, and said, no, you're crazy, no, you're insane. And they said, so what was his crime? His crime was because he didn't like the Chinese government.
I like that the medical diagnosis is the patient made false statements on the internet, criticized the communists. But this, can you see, if you look at the top, it says whatever, UN, that's an actual hospital letterhead and date of admission.
Yes.
And this is his diagnosis of his disease. His disease is criticize the Communist Party.
Dear TikTok refugees.
Oh, wow.
Dear Americans and Xiaohongshu, I don't mind if you're having a great time. That's awesome. Please be aware that what you're being fed is a sanitized North Korea version of China.
Yeah.
And the reality is that if you criticize the government, you go to a psych ward and get force-fed pills and strapped down.
And like electroshock therapy, right?
Yes. Do you know what happened? Do you know what happened?
What?
So he gets out, right? Immediately, they arrest him because he used, at some point in his life, used fireworks, right?
Yeah.
To like just messing around.
Yeah, everyone does in China.
In that city, had like an anti-pollution ban thing on fireworks. So immediately they did that thing where the PLA did this to us. Yeah. They let you go for a second. And they're like, when we got searched by the People's Liberation Army, they came and harassed us and searched us and took all our drones and everything and checked everything. Then they drove off after we were terrified. They drove off and then stopped and then turned around and did it again.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is like what they did.
Yeah.
This is what they did this kid. So he managed to escape to New Zealand, by the way, to tell this story. And he managed to smuggle out his papers.
Yeah.
You go to a psych ward if you're against the Chinese
I just love
government.
that that's a medical diagnosis. Imagine that.
Yes. Wow. Please, refugees, TikTok refugees, understand. This is the plight of the Chinese people.
Yeah. We're going to cover this.
Very important. There's a bipartisan bill to revoke China's permanent normal trade relations. This is Democrats, Republicans, toe collect, dude. Joining hands with each other. It's like that meme.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Let's read this bill real quick. It's super important. It's on the next slide.
Okay, it's on the next slide. Great. You're going to read it.
This will change the game.
This better go through.
Yes. The bill would end the permanent normal trade relations for China. There would be no annual congressional
Isn't
vote.
it preferred?
Preferred. That's what
they are preferred. They're a preferred trade, whatever, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The new column would create a minimum 35% ad valorem, an estimated on the value of the goods of the transaction tariff for non-strategic goods, and a minimum of 100% ad valorem tariff for all strategic goods. There's a phase-in period, so over a period of 5 years, it will go up to 100% on the tariffs, right? Strategic goods are listed in the bill by the HS Code. They are based on the Biden administration's advanced technology product list. So remember these chips, all these things that need to be restricted, right? Upholding all of that stuff, bipartisan as well. The bill would end de minimis treatment.
Finally.
What is de minimis?
This is this garbage that allows Temu and stuff to take advantage of the USA. So previously, if you had something that was worth over $25 or something, customs would be able to check it.
Yeah.
Okay. But then they introduced this de minimis thing where anything that's under $600 value can just quickly go into America without checks, without all the stuff. Yeah, exactly, because they can just send rubbish through all the time, and they can send bulk packages of garbage. As long as they mark it as under $600 in value, it goes through without checks.
Yes. It would provide tariff revenue to U.S. farmers and manufacturers injured by possible Chinese retaliation. Additional revenue would be used to purchase munitions vital to deterring CCP aggression in the Pacific. Bam, 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 bam. This needs to go through.
You know, like I see a lot of people saying, America's back, baby, or whatever. If this passes, I'm going to be saying America's back, baby. This has got to pass.
This is a fantastic bill that would help normal Americans on the ground with mom and pop shops and everyone that's been absolutely destroyed by this preferential trade status that China's been enjoying and taking advantage and weaponizing against the U.S. to absolutely have a stranglehold over the American
Why
economy.
do you think you can't find anything like a cheap electronic thing, any electronic thing these days that's not made in China?
Because
it's because of this.
You can't.
Yeah.
There's no incentive, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because they've had this loophole to take advantage of for decades now.
Yes.
So if this passes, we're going to see a transition period where a lot of things are going to suddenly start to be a little more expensive. But guess what? The quality is going to go up.
Absolutely.
It's going to bring manufacturing back to America and other countries, because it's not just America that's hurt.
People aren't going to get set on fire by poisonous clothes and stuff.
Exactly.
So here's the deal.
It's going to help everyone.
It would be insane if this didn't pass. Like, this is people agreeing. I'm just gonna say this. It's gotta pass, right? There'd be something very seriously wrong if this didn't pass.
Exactly.
Right? So this is pretty wild. So you guys have probably heard of GoPro, right? I put good and bad on here just so people aren't confused. Because this picture shows a split screen image of GoPro and Insta360 cameras on sale, sharing a rack at the U.S. Army Schofield Main Exchange, Schofield Barracks in Hawaii. So these two cameras are being sold next to each other.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. One of them is GoPro.
Which is good.
No problem.
By the way, GoPro's fantastic.
Great. Not a sponsor. Number two is Insta360, which became wildly popular.
Yeah, because it's a good technology. I mean, it's a great idea. It's the whole 360 camera type idea.
Yeah.
So for people that ride motorcycles or cars or whatever, it's a really nice thing to have.
Unfortunately...
But they did steal the technology.
Yes, but unfortunately, beyond that, beyond the theft.
Okay.
Beyond the theft, we're talking about a serious national security concern, because it turns out this wildly popular camera, which positions itself in the market to be cheaper than its competition, had 276 endpoints of foreign communication with many in China and Russia.
Okay.
ByteDance and Huawei, right? So basically, they can actively or passively collect national security data and have become deeply embedded in NASA's work.
Yeah, because NASA sets it up when they do demonstrations or want to show the Mars probe type stuff or whatever.
Correct. So basically, they've uncovered in the hardware and software, I believe, was that? Yeah. They have found the code that shows that there are foreign endpoints for the data and your information.
Yeah, and through the app, like it's actually sending things off to China and Russia.
Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised at all.
No.
So just so you know, if you have an Insta360 camera, I don't know what you can do. Maybe there's a firmware update. Maybe there's something you could do. Or just don't be filming anything that could be sensitive.
Yeah. Also, read the article below. It's a really good one.
Yeah, there's a good article. So you can get the facts straight.
Yes.
What a pity.
I remember you left my...
Oh, come on! No! You better not be drinking hotel water.
You never...
You're gonna die.
Now let's try.
It's for a pool. It's a pool strip. It's a freaking pool strip.
Yeah.
Oh no, it did change. The orange is...
Dude, you stuck the strip into boiling hot water. You get this broccoli hairdo and he's like, oh, wow, it's amazing. I'm healthier here than I was in Netherlands. That's a lie. You know, I wonder what's going to happen next, because this just keeps getting stupider and stupider.
Your hey chocolate, ma?
Oh, did you
he
see how he
fake put
tried
it
to
on.
fake? He's like made it worse. Like, can I find a chocolate? Oh man, look at that. Oh.